All right, we're putting this golf cart tie-down system in here. So I already got one of them bolted down. It's all measured out. Got all my measurements on a piece of cardboard here. Just gonna double check. Actually, about the fourth time I'm checking these measurements, but better now than later. So we'll just double check. 15, 15 by 34 to the insides. That's looking pretty good. The one's already bolted down, so we're going off that one. Can't go more than an inch into these floors, which we're not going to. I actually have my bolts figured out here. All right, so we'll take our bolt here, and I have this figured out through the depth and with a drill stop. So we're going to drill these 6 holes out for the last rear mount, just down to our drill stop. And we're ready to bolt that down. So, all right, so we're ready to bolt this down. So I can't find my 3/8 socket adapter, but my 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, which goes to a 1/2 inch socket. So we're going to run these bolts down in here now. Let's get a few of them started. I'm not going to run my clutch too high here, so I'll just hand tighten, but there we go. Fold it down. One more. All right, so we're gonna just hand tighten these just to make sure. I don't like running them in there with that impact that tight. Just wanna make sure they're all tightened down, and that'll do it for our rear ones. So we got the rear ones in. Just gonna get the front ones in here yet. So this is a Riverstone 42 FSKG I just picked up. I had a system like this in the back of my Momentum 376 for my golf cart, which you can see there. All right. So I'd used the strap system on D-rings before, and it didn't work out well. So this works out great. This is actually for ATVs. Works perfect in these tires. Picked it up at Bass Pro. It was like $45, so more than worth the money. All right, so we got one more of these to bolt down here. So then I'm just gonna measure this thing out. We gotta screw it down the whole 9 yards here. So we just want to make sure I need 25 between these things. So we'll just get our measurements here first. Get the crap out of the way. Okay. So I'm gonna get this measurement for between the tires here. Let's get this thing lined up here. That's pretty good there. All right, so we want to be 34 between these things. So we'll check this. Wow, we got that much closer. It's just like a 16th to an 1/8 off. Let's check that out. We'll be ready to screw this last one down. So this is done 4 times. One for the front of each wheel on the rear, and one for the back of each wheel, which I'll show here once we get this thing. So again, just trying to double check all the measurements here. Okay, let's just bring it here. All right, once we're ready, we'll drill this thing out. Come front just a hair. All right, so again, I got my drill guide or my drill stop on here. So let's drill these out. All right, bolt these down. Again, we're not going to go super tight with them. I like to hit them with the wrench afterwards. So let's just get them down. Check them with a wrench. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Could have went a little further. That's good. That's good. All right, so we got all four in place here now. All right. Let's ready to clean up and try this out. Okay, so we got our straps here. So if you're not familiar with the way this system works, this is actually pretty slick. So these will just clip into any one of the two slots you want to use. I always like to use the most forward one, but you have a kind of like a release here. So you want to slide this end in first, or I'm sorry, this end in first, let it go, and that's latched. So what I always do is lay them over like this along the sides on each side. So that way when I run the cart in, we'll get it into the chocks from the back here. Then I can lay down, just put this up over the exact same system back here. Then this will latch in, and then you just ratchet strap the tires down. Works pretty slick. Yeah, once we got the cart in here, I just threw this strap up over, latched it in already. But yeah, so all we gotta do, you know, tighten it up, center up a little bit on the wheel here. All right, and then we will. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and just tighten this up. I do set the brake on the cart, but it'll give a little bit either way anyways, but you don't have to go real tight with these, just snug. All right, so again, we're just doing the other side. I just threw it up over. I just like to make sure it's flat, somewhere around the center. So again, I'm gonna flip this little lever up, slide it in, lock it down, give it a little tug here, take some of the tension out. And I'm a little bit crooked in here, but this will pull back in. You can see that. And yeah, there we go. So rock this cart around and just rock this cart around a little bit here and check things out. You can see it's not going anywhere. Okay, it's pretty secure.